1817, the first Madras regulation was passed by East India Company, a corporate. What was their business with the temple? You think out of devotion they took it over because there was mismanagement?
All these years, Sadhguruji, the fact is that all other religions, whether it is the Sikhs, whether it is the Muslims or the Christians, they have private bodies managing their places of worship. It is only the Hindus and their temples, their places of worship that have government interference. Do you see this as a design? Because, this started in the British era. Do you think this divide and rule policy is something that's continued with governments right up until now?
See, definitely by design, but whose design? You said British era. Well, Her Majesty's service did not do this. No, just wealth. Their idea of a temple is land, gold, diamonds, wealth. Everything that they can transport, they transport it. What they cannot transport is here. I am not interested in the wealth of the temple. This is the subjectivity of the largest community in the country. Now, this whole legacy is like this. In 1817, the first Madras regulation happened. In 1840, there was a directive that you must release the temples back. You know why? Because the Christian missionaries protested that how can Christian men manage pagan temples? It's a disgrace. So give it back to them. Because anyway the gold was taken, after that what is our business? They gave it back in 1840. In 1845, they handed back most of the temples, but by then, in many small temples, managements were destroyed, so they were left just like that. Whoever could take it over, they were doing it. And then in 1863, they again brought back the Religious Endowments Act, because then they saw it is not just about gold and wealth, but there was also land. So they came back again. And then they saw by 1925, temples were becoming the hubs of organizing freedom movements. So they brought back Madras Religious and Charitable Endowments Act in 1925.
And again there was opposition and it was converted not to Madras religious, but it became Hindu. Only the Hindus were targeted.
That is because the minority strongly protested, they released them and only the Hindu temples were held. And later on in 1951, Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowment Act was passed, which was a serious draconian law, and that was struck down both by Madras High Court and Supreme Court. And then they came up with another compromise. Tamil Nadu Religious and Charitable Endowment Act was passed in 1959 during the Kamaraj era. So it's got nothing to do with atheist belief and nothing to do with the present two parties which are either in power or weighing for power. Nothing to do with any of them. It is way beyond that. It is just apathy, which has left it just like that. It's time to fix it.